He's grin on his face. He's just like, yeah, I love this shirt.
Look, I've got a lot of friends that hate the Dodgers and have not been so have not been so eager to jump ship from the Angels as I have been. I tried for a while, and even when Ohtani first left, I didn't think I'd be, still root for him. I've officially become just an Ohtani fan at this point.
Welcome back, benchwarmers. We have finally reached the Fall Classic.
Now, it's time to see if we get a repeat champ for the first time in 25 years. I hope not. I'm Brendan.
I'm Corey.
I'm Aaron. And this is our view from the bench.
Make sure that if you like what you see, hit the dang like button. And if you've been watching for a while, subscribe to the channel. It helps us out.
Hell yeah. You definitely need it.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Well, I'm only going to talk to you, Corey. I don't feel like looking at Aaron. So.
What's going on?
No, I mean, I don't see. Yeah, nothing at all.
Are you feeling blue? Are you feeling a little blue about this here, Brandon?
You know what?
It's
Brandon,
pretty blue.
This is one of the few times where my colorblind with dark colors. I can't even see what he's wearing. I don't even.
Lucky you.
Feeling kind of dark gray about this, Corey?
Right. I know in our last episode it was basically about hockey, but we started with the Dodgers.
Oh yeah.
And it still rings true. It's the least hated Dodgers team I have, similar to the story I told about Flea not hating as much of the Boston Celtics of now as they did before. But I'm still not rooting for them. Exactly. Yeah. So still not rooting for them, but less of a hater.
I'm a just, being from the Orange County area here, I don't like rooting for LA teams. But you know what? The Angels took that away from me when they named themselves the Los Angeles Angels. So if we're doing evil deeds, I'm gonna go all evil, and I'm going all in with the Dodgers.
All right. I mean, honestly, dude, they're such a crazy team. It's a team of, I wouldn't even say a generation. I mean, it's like a once in a baseball lifetime team. This is like Murderers Row kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Honestly, though, it's mainly because of Ohtani. Because before Ohtani was there, they already had Freddie and Mookie. Like, it wasn't like they weren't a good team, or Teoscar last year kind of made them a Murderers Row, and Will Smith is still good, but Ohtani just takes it to another level. So it's Ohtani. So
it's like Kevin Durant going to the Warriors.
Yes, that is the perfect comparison. That's exact. Except the Angels
they didn't need
the Angels or the Dodgers in the playoffs the year before.
Right.
But yes, the same concept or theory works there very well.
They didn't really need him, but damn, do they not lose with him? You know what I mean?
So doesn't hurt.
All right. Well, today's Thursday. It's Thursday night. If you're watching this, it's probably Friday morning or sometime Friday. The World Series starts, I guess, today when you're watching this. So it's tonight. It started. In fact, I was talking to some of my friends. I was like, man, LA's going to be packed. They got the Clipper game on Friday night. They got the Laker game on Friday night. They got the Dodger game on Friday night. And then my friend was like, hey, by the way, the game one's in Toronto. I was like, So game one, Dodgers at Blue Jays. It's I'm excited for the World Series in general. It's baseball. Playoff baseball is the best baseball, in my opinion. That's not a shot to the 162 game trough we have to get through, but it's the best time of the year for baseball for sure.
Yeah, it's like playoff hockey. Like playoff hockey is great from October to April, but once it hits into best of 7 series, then I mean it's just a different game. October baseball is, and it's crazy. Even with the pitch clock, I feel like I don't notice it as much in the playoffs because every pitch is so important. So I'm not even paying attention. Like, I'm just like focused on the pitch. Okay, get back on the mound. What are we doing? What's the count? Who's on? Like, I'm just
Isn't it expanded or no?
What's up?
Like 15 to 18 seconds or something like that, or no?
I think it's.
Do I remember that wrong?
15 typically, and then 18 when they change batters, or if it's a foul ball or whatever, they get a couple.
I thought the playoffs in general was.
I mean, they could go up, but either way, it's not like it used to be where it drags out for 45 seconds in between pitches. But I still feel the slow and the buildup of each individual pitch in baseball and playoffs is just awesome. So I just read it's 15 with the bases empty, 18 with runners on. Okay, 18 with runners on. I knew there was an 18, demographic or thing to kick it into 18 instead of 15. So
So what are you? I mean, obviously you're not shy to looking forward to this, Aaron. Any headlines or besides
grin on his face? He's just like, yeah, I love this shirt.
Look, I've got a lot of friends that hate the Dodgers and have not been so have not been so eager to jump ship from the Angels as I have been. I tried for a while, and even when Ohtani first left, I didn't think I'd be, still root for him, but I've officially become just an Ohtani fan at this point. We'll talk maybe a little bit later on about what the Angels are doing, but going into this World Series, now after watching last one, now I have players I liked. I was talking to one of my friends, and it was like, I'm just an Ohtani fan. He's like, no, I think you're he's a Dodgers fan. And then he's like, I think you're a Dodgers fan. I'm like, no. He's like, what do you think about Freddie Freeman? I'm like, yeah, I like Freddie
dude's a
Freeman.
beast.
He's like, how about
Yes,
he's pretty good.
yeah.
What do you think about Teoscar? Oh yeah, I like Teoscar. He's just naming down the lineup, and I go, I think I just like the Dodgers. Shit, I think I just like the Dodgers.
You in, man. They got you,
man.
Got
and then look at me. Now I'm all blue. Sucks.
They're a good team. Honestly, it is fun to watch good teams. And it worked out perfectly. I relate it, and we were talking about it. Obviously, it's kind of like the Kevin Durant going to the Warriors. The Lakers were absolutely atrocious during that time. So I was actually rooting for the Warriors. I've always liked Steph Curry. Been a huge Clay fan. Draymond. He's entertaining to watch, I guess. And I actually really always liked Kevin Durant too from when he was in Oklahoma City. So I was kind of actually rooting for that team. As Corey knows, I like dynasties, but this is just one dynasty. It's just super hard to get behind because normally I'm always rooting for this kind of stuff.
I think it doesn't help because we've been Diamondback fans for so long, so we're so entrenched. And as you mentioned, there's not as much hate between us and them now, but when that whole swimming in the pool thing, I mean, that Yasiel Puig era just really, I think, just made us really on different sides of it. And it's gotten better over the last couple of years. I think it helped that we swept in the playoffs 2 years ago, so that makes it feel a little better. But it's just like, it's just so annoying. And I think, I know the whole salary cap situation is going to come up in a year when the CBA thing. I don't think it's the salary cap. I think it's the deferral problem. I don't think we should be able to defer 95% of a contract. I think if you want to give them like 5-10%, I could deal with that being a rule, but we can't do what the Dodgers did or Ohtani came up with as a plan where they have $2 million and only counts for 40 instead of the 70 he's making. Because the Dodgers are the smartest team and the most efficient at spending, so that just makes them that much better than everybody.
But they also have the money too. It's like a combo. You could have this the same in front office and put them in Oakland or Vegas or whatever.
If you think about it, that's what the Dodgers did. They took Friedman from Tampa, where he had no money, and went to the World Series, and then they're like, here's $300 million. See what you can do now. And look at what he's done. So
he's like, really?
Yeah,
right. You know what? Things get a lot easier.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, they have people that are good players, and when I say this, this isn't a knock to the regular season version of him, but especially in the playoffs, like Kike Hernandez, man. Dude. Like this dude just shows up. By the way, I'm gonna ask you two after I say this. That's my one like little X factor. I know he's an X factor. The Dodgers lineup is stacked, right?
Yeah.
But that's my one like little thing, like. So this guy's going to do something. I don't know if it's like a game tying home run or a nice base hit to win it or something like that.
Tommy
not win it all,
won the NLCS MVP last year, so
it's possible. It's not always going to be Shohei, even though the stage is big. Do you guys have anybody? I'll start with you, Aaron. Do you have anybody besides the main three? I'll put it, or even four. Let's not pick Yamamoto or five in Snell. Jeez, I can fucking go on forever. These damn freaking team is so stacked. Besides maybe their top 10 players, anybody you think that you're kind of looking at
the elite group that is the Dodgers right now, right? I mean,
maybe not those two pitchers or those three players. Yeah,
I mentioned him earlier, but Teoscar, man, I mean, he's been kind of having a tough one this year. Struggled at times
defensively for sure.
Yes, yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's the World Series, and this is when it matters the most. And I do think someone like Teoscar can come out and kind of steal the spotlight a little bit. I don't know if he'll take it away from Shohei because he's Shohei Ohtani, right? Like,
this is like a moment, insane. Not the whole, not MVP. Most definitely, just like, wow, that was that guy was clutch or something.
Yeah, he's not gonna have that Freeman walk off, grand slam, but nothing's gonna beat that. I mean, that's just insane.
Yeah. Before you go, Corey, I actually love that. I hate it. But I love it. Like I still think of it, and I kind of get the chills. You know what I mean? I was like, man, that was so baller. Just like
insane.
And the fact that how close it was to what Kirk Gibson did was just uncanny.
And Joe Davis, who is regularly the play-by-play guy for the Dodgers, calling the World Series now for Fox, calls it and pays homage to Gibby in the moment to know that. Because when you're prepping for your game, I'm assuming as an announcer, at least most announcers, when I've heard them interview, they don't really script what they're going to say because you don't want it to feel fake. You want it to just be in the moment. How could you have scripted that any better? It's insane how that happened.
It was beautiful. It's epic, honestly.
I'm with you, Ryan. I hate the Dodgers, but damn, that moment does give you
that was sweet.
If you're just not a sports fan and you don't get it, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Okay. Incredible. Well, since you're going, who do you kind of have then as like maybe a switch? It could even be for the who are they playing again? Who cares?
No,
Blue Jays.
Have we said it
not
yet?
on that blue team. The guy I'm picking is definitely on the team from Canada. I am picking Ernie Clement from the Blue Jays. He's batting .429 in the playoffs.
Jeez.
Only 1 home run and 7 RBIs, but he gets on base. He's kind of their Tommy Edman. He's really good defensively at short. He just hits the shit out of the ball, and if you give him anything in close in the zone early, he's gonna get contact. He's gonna put it in play. And I think, and he's at the back end of the lineup. That's the other thing too. This Blue Jays lineup from 6 to 9 is really good. Like, it might not be a lot of names that most people know, but if you've been watching them, especially in the playoffs, they have been really good, especially early when I know Vladdy's been murdering it, but early on, the Blue Jays in that first 2 games against Seattle did nothing. But Clement was on base and causing havoc out there. Like, he kind of reminds me of Tommy Edman. He's just one of those guys who does everything right, and he's going to be a factor in the series, I think, for sure.
I totally agree. Since you kind of brought it up, Aaron, what did you see in the sweep that was the NLCS? Just dominance. I mean, I'll give my 2 cents before you go. I told you the freaking Brewers suck, bro. There's a reason why we beat them, why they're just not good in the playoffs. So what did you see in that series? And then, Corey, I'll go for you for the AL.
I mean, you do have to feel bad for the Brewers. That's just not even fair to them. I think I don't know the exact number breakdown, but it was something dumb where like their entire payroll is like just
Shohei.
Yeah,
deferment.
Basically.
Shohei's deferment.
Like, this is one guy, and one guy basically outplayed them in that last game. It's incredible with the 10 strikeouts, 3 home runs. That's just a ludicrous performance. It's just not.
That's why I can't hate them. It's so irritating, but it's just so fun to watch. You know?
It is. It really is. But
the only good thing that came out of that Brewers series was that crazy double play in center field off the wall that nobody knew what the hell was going on. Other than that, the series was boring. Brennan, you called it. They're regular season champs. Great. It's like winning the President's Trophy in the NHL. It doesn't do anything in playoff time. They scored 5 runs, I think, in the 4 games. It's not the same as the postseason. It's not. And Brennan, I thought this might be the year because Milwaukee always gets in, but there they are again. So
rearing their ugly face into disaster of a playoff series.
And think about this too. Not only did the Dodgers win that series and allow 4 runs to the Brewer, or 5 runs, whatever it was, they had 8 errors in the playoffs so far. I believe that's number 1. And they also have left 32 guys on base in scoring position.
And they've lost 1 game.
So they're lucky that Milwaukee was so bad because Milwaukee didn't take advantage of those things. And I don't think Toronto is going to do the same thing. I think Toronto is a lot smarter defensively, and their lineup is not everybody get on base and hit singles. Like, there's some power. And if you're the Dodgers, the one time I'm rooting for this guy, George Springer in the World Series, is not a good memory. 17. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, he was cheating then, but I see.
True.
Yeah, a little bit, huh?
He did have a hell of a home run in Toronto the other night. So
true. Yeah. Hey, kind of, sent them here. So pretty important guy.
Just saying.
All right. Yep. I'll ask you both, Corey, start though. What did you see in the AL? Obviously, it was a way better series than what we saw in the NLCS. ALCS went 7. Actually came down to the 7th inning in Game 7. Oh. Great series across the board. I was kind of rooting for the Mariners, but partially happy for this because now home fields with, not that it may not matter, but home fields with Toronto. So what did you remember from the ALCS?
Yeah, after those first 2 games, I really felt good about Seattle going home up 2-0 with 3 games at home, and to blow 2 of those and have to go back and end up losing the series and having led 3-2 going into Game 7, leading in Game 7. Yeah. I mean, I just feel for Seattle. There's the only team that ever been to World Series. That was the closest they've ever been. And now I'm sure you guys have seen the clip of Brian Wu being interviewed after the game and what is this team going to be remembered for? And before he could say anything, somebody in the background, which I think somebody confirmed it was Julio Rodriguez, just lets out a yelp of you could feel it. And then Brian said,
"There, dude,
that's it." And then that was the end of the day. Like, there's just, Seattle got defeated in every way they possibly could. I feel bad for them, but if the Blue Jays win the World Series, then I'll be happy in a week and a half. So that's
true. And then you could say at Seattle, we lost to the champ.
Yes, you can feel better about yourself.
And push them to 7. So, What about you, Aaron? Anything memorable?
Mean, that was the moment of that series that will probably live with me forever, is hearing that scream. It's just the thing that, as a sports fan, you know that feeling, not the same way the players do, but in your own way of having your team
you played
just completely.
Your own sports.
True.
We all played, but we were on the bench, guys. Remember our view?
The bench. We're warming it
up. Hey, somebody's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it. It's an important role. But exactly. I mean, it's just so upsetting for Seattle to be so close, and on a personal note, I was telling Corey this. I really thought that would have been a cool World Series because I got to go to Seattle this year, check out the Mariners Stadium.
Oh,
And I've been
I
to
remember
Dodgers
that,
games
yeah.
this year. So, like, I'm like, oh, I bet both stadiums of the World Series in the same year. That's so cool. But no,
Right, I saw the Blue Jays
Toronto
play
had
in
to get the
Colorado
job
in
done.
August, so go Blue
Oh,
Jays.
nice.
There you go.
Go ahead. You're like, oh, I've got him.
It'd been cool, the West Coast, Best Coast series.
Right.
You know?
I mean,
Yeah,
that also,
straight up
yeah,
the
that
coast.
would have been a really cool matchup. But yeah, in terms of that series, Toronto definitely, I have to give credit to them for not, losing the mental game that is so big in baseball, which is, getting behind and being able to stick
At
with
home.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
at home, exactly, which is huge because, it's so easy to lose that momentum.
And
Even
it's not
just
like
one
in
pitching
hockey
change to
where,
another.
like you lose the first 2 on the road, you come or at home, you go on the road for 2. If you win
You
one
go
of
on the
those,
road
at
for
least you come
3.
home for game 5. You got to go 3 in a row on the road in the playoffs for baseball.
Yeah.
That makes it so much harder.
And they took 2 of them, so that's
crazy.
exactly what they needed to do.
Man,
but it was pretty good. It was pretty good. All right. Well, we've kind of talked about a couple of people that we think are X factors. Everybody knows about the big names in these. Before we get to the predictions, I have the most important question, right? The battle actually between all of this is really Kendrick Lamar versus Drake, is it not?
Yep, it totally
It really is. It really is.
You know what?
Last
MLB
year
screwed it up. They got Pharrell coming out tomorrow because he's singing like the theme song for the playoffs, so he's going to open it up in Toronto. He's not even Canadian. What are we doing? Come on.
What the heck? You couldn't get Drake? I mean, I'm not a
Maybe
I'm not
you know
huge...
what? Maybe Drake didn't want to do it, which makes Kendrick in Game 3 even that much better if he does it.
Yep.
Calling them out. If it goes
true.
back to Game 6, you better think Drake better show up at that point.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because last year, I mean, which was pretty cool. I mean, no offense to Fat Joe, but Fat Joe is nowhere near the level of Ice Cube.
Yeah.
No.
So that was kind of a cool, like,
He's
little
not even fat anymore.
True. Just Joe now.
It's just Joe.
But so, anyways, I thought that was kind of a funny, like, I didn't even think about it like that, but similar to last year, it's just battle of the, LA, New York rap battles.
Yep.
And now we've got Toronto with Drake. Not really many Toronto rappers out there, so shout out to Drake, I guess. But all right, well, let's move forward then to some of the predictions. We got a couple of these to kind of talk about a little bit, and then we're going to touch on the Angels before we get
I gotta
out of
get that
here.
off my chest.
Mm-hmm.
So, World Series predictions. I'm super curious who you're going with, Aaron. I don't really know. I haven't been able to read you very well yet. Yeah, so let's go in that order. We'll go ABC. Okay.
Sounds good.
Aaron, who you got? How many? Who's MVP? Any other highlight you might have coming up from this World Series?
Well, looking at this World Series, I don't know if I was a betting man. I'm not. I might go with the Dodgers. I'm just not quite sold.
Maybe.
Yeah. No, I do think the Dodgers will be able to get it done. It's kind of funny because last year I actually didn't really have them winning the World Series going into it with New York. I thought there was a lot of kind of lacking in performance from players, and ironically, like I was thinking like a guy like Freeman. Really was like he was doing well, but you could really use him to step. Oh my gosh, never mind. There he goes with the grand slam to right. So like, so maybe this is the reason why they'll lose because I was thinking they would lose last year. They won. Now I'm thinking they're gonna win. So we'll see. We'll see if this theory connects.
Right,
but I do think they have the matchup, the edge in offense just a little bit there. In terms of pitching, it's funny. If you'd asked me just a few weeks ago, I wouldn't have given it to the Dodgers.
Honestly, true, bro.
But the way everyone's going, it's dumb. And Ohtani, he's going to get a game in the World Series. I don't know which one it'll be. 4. I have to think maybe 4, right? Yeah. And
for sure.
With how he's been going, he's had a lot of rest. They haven't really used him too much. Obviously, as your top hitter, you don't need to, right? Like, I mean, the idea is to give him the best chance to succeed. But I do think they're going to use him a lot more in the World Series here. This is what the I just said we. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh
it's
no.
happening.
There's no way.
They got you.
That was the moment. It's on camera.
Anyways, it's been real, guys.
Oh
my
goodness. That's shameful.
Holy
we as Ohtani fans. Right?
Okay, nice little switch there. All right. Okay.
They're gonna utilize him way more in the World Series. I think he might even get a couple, in there. But I think that leads me to my total. I think they're doing 6. I think they'll get it wrapped up in 6. Toronto's not going to go away so easy. And for MVP, I mean, I have to. It's Shohei. I think he might have just got it wrapped up based on that one game, even though it was kind of inconsequential.
Not even in the World
Series, but he still gets the World Series.
Everyone, it's in your mind. It's in your mind now. It's gonna be hard to shake that. He's got to, that puts him. It's his to lose just based on that alone. I feel like so. That's where I got it going there. And I think pitching will be obviously the most important factor for the Dodgers if this way they've been running the rotation can actually carry them all the way, not relying on the bullpen. They're going to have to probably, but we'll see.
Yeah, they're going to have to.
But it hasn't been too bad, honestly. Most of their pitching was hurt like a lot of the year. They're all back healthy at the right time.
Hurt.
They're all true, right? Resting.
When you have 9 starters before the season starts on your roster, and they all just seem to get hurt at different times in the rotation.
So crazy.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's just like Tim Duncan and Tony Parker and Monty Ginobili just always got hurt randomly. It's so
back-to-back nights are hard.
Yeah, man, rough.
The Mark Stone.
Yeah, for real.
So I okay, well I'll go. I have nowhere to go but blue. You don't even know which blue I'm talking about now.
True.
It's the Dodgers. I do have the Dodgers winning this one. I just don't see how they'll be stopped. And it's not even me trying to be a jinx, which normally I do try to do. But like we talked about, I've said it countless times now. I'm rooting for the Blue Jays, but I'm not as much rooting against the Dodgers as much. So it doesn't do me any good to try to jinx anything. I just truly think that the Dodgers have a better team, and the way that they're playing right now, like you said, the way they went into the playoffs, they had after the All-Star break, they had a worse record than Colorado. Not after the entirety, but like for a month or so after the All-Star break, they had a worse record than the Rockies. So it doesn't look good when the second half of the season starts so terribly, but they were able to turn it around and get everybody firing at the exact right time we were supposed to. They lost one game in this postseason, 8-1, and they just kind of look unstoppable. The one person that I think, besides Kike, as we mentioned earlier, that's going to step up huge, because you mentioned it, a lot of their starters are firing right now. Shohei, Glasnow, and Snell. They're kind of Yamamoto. Jeez, how did I freaking forget Yamamoto?
Yeah.
So I mean, they got 4 solid starters. That's pretty much all you need in the playoffs, and they can go if they can get 6 deep. You know what I mean? Roki Sasaki is the guy that I think is going to be pretty dangerous coming out of the pen. A basic starter coming out to do heavy closing, middle, relief, setup work. I feel like he could do it all.
It just depends on when they need him the most. If it's the 7th inning and the top of the lineup's up and you're up 1, then Roki's coming in the 7th. Like, it's just a matter of when is necessary, not necessarily.
Which is a great weapon to have. Must be nice, And Dave Roberts somehow has learned to not just rely on statistics and analytics of everything. He's starting to get a feel for when to leave people in and things like that. I don't know if Shohei's going to have to yell like Max Scherzer did, but I think the principle will be there. So we'll see that. I have it happening a little bit earlier. I have it Dodgers in 5. I said they close it out at home because it's 2-3-2.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, so I said they close it out at home in 5. Then I'm going to want to make the trip back to Toronto. That's a long flight. Let's just go ahead and take care of business as it is. And I do have Shohei being the MVP. Because I think it's going to happen. I don't want this to happen, but I think it's going to happen. I want to see a Game 5 walk-off home run from Shohei Ohtani to solidify the MVP. Doesn't have to be bases loaded, Grant. Doesn't have to be as cool as Freddie Freeman.
They
could be tied, and he'll just be like, boom, gone. You know what I mean? So I have a weird feeling that there's going to be some sort of cool walk-off like that, and LA is going to burn because the Dodger fans are going to go crazy. But it's going to be exciting to watch because I'll be watching on television inside the safety of my house about 30 miles away from downtown. So it'll be fun.
It's going to burn either way, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's true. Even if they win in Toronto, it's going to burn. I don't get that. We're not as bad as Philly fans, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I have to. Yeah, I don't know. I have to destroy our city.
We're not far behind.
Yep.
So, anyways, your turn, Corey.
All right, man. I don't even know. I really want the Blue Jays to win. I think this is going to go the distance. I think it's going to go 7. I think the Dodgers have much better pitching, and the offense and the lineups are pretty right on, I think.
Slight edge to Dodgers. You don't be. Slight. It could be like this.
Vladdy's been so hot, and like I mentioned, Clement earlier batting over 400. Like, there's a couple guys that are really hot right now.
Is Bo Bichette coming back?
I haven't heard who the roster is yet, so I don't know.
Maybe Bo Bichette.
The roster should be out by now. We should probably check that. But
I'll go look.
I know. I don't know, something about the Dodgers being the favorite this time compared to last year. I know they were, but the Yankees used it as they were the favorite, were the underdog. But this time, if you're the Blue Jays, you are the underdog. There's no doubt about it, regardless of home field. You're not supposed to be here, even though you had the better record than anybody else in baseball. I don't know. There's just something about Toronto this year that feels right. They're Vladdy Guerrero's had a great year postseason. He's batting over 400. He's got 6 home runs, most in Toronto's playoff history in one run. I I think just being at home, I think Toronto gets the first 2. We come back to LA. The Dodgers win all 3 at home. We go back to Toronto, and somehow, some way, I think it's kind of a repeat of the Arizona series in 01, where the home team just wins every game. And I do hope it comes down to the wire in Game 7, and I hope Toronto walks off, because it'd be awesome if they did kind of what Joe Carter did back in '93 with the walk-off and the win. And I think Vladdy Guerrero does it and gets MVP. That's my call.
Nice. So Fox Sports article, I like that. I'm rooting for that.
Yeah,
okay?
Of course.
I'm rooting for that. Fox Sports article says Bo Bichette expects to be on the World Series roster after missing almost all of September. So this was posted 4 hours ago, so I don't know if there's been officially announced or if they had to do it in the morning or something like that.
Officially, put the lineups or the rosters out till tomorrow morning, I would assume, and then the starting lineup a couple hours later.
But Fox Sports, as of 4 hours ago, expects Bo Bichette to be on.
He had 90-something RBIs this year, so that's another weapon they'll have, which is awesome. Max Scherzer was great against Seattle, so I'm not expecting him to have another 5 or 6 innings. But if you can get him as even a reliever for 3 in the middle of a game, I think that's huge. Kershaw and him are kind of at the same point in their career and kind of just are there in any role that they think they can help in.
True.
I just, it's Toronto, man. I don't know. It's just something about the team. It has that feel and vibe. They were down 2-0. They come back from 2-0 on the road in Seattle and tie the series back up, not go 3-1 and then fight back from that. They straight up came 2 games and tied it. Schneider's been there a long time. I think he's been in the organization overall as like a player or coach of some sort for over 20 years. So he has been there for all of it. The same pitching coach has been there over a decade. Like, there's just something that they finally have figured it out in Toronto. I know there was that run in, I want to say 14 or 15, where they had Jose Bautista, Edwin Encarnacion, and Matt Chapman, I think, at third at one point, and Tulowitzki was there for a year. Like, they went all in for a while, and man, is that place freaking loud, dude. It kind of reminds me of the Warriors. You guys were talking about the Warriors earlier and how Oracle, when they were in their run, it was so loud. That's what Toronto reminded me of the other day in Game 7 after Springer's home run. And I mean, obviously the Dodger fans are going to boo the crap out of Springer. That's just going to go with it. But I hope he comes back to bite them in the ass one more time and, makes them lose another World Series.
And I'm not going to lie. As much as I'm not a Dodger fan, they're in the right.
Yeah.
Booing
absolutely.
Motherfucker's a cheater.
I will maybe not currently every game. Altuve, Correa, Bregman, the rest of their career, anytime I see them. But in this moment, I'm going to be a Springer fan because I know he's not cheating in Toronto because that's not happening anymore. So
people watch it too much.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really rooting for Toronto. I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I feel like Dodger fans are a little too confident, and they might be overlooking them and overlooking the pitching. I know it's not as good as the Dodgers, but they did get to a World Series and win against Seattle, who had a guy who had 60 home runs, another guy, Suarez, who had over 45. I know they were in 2 different teams throughout the season, but still there was some pop there. So if they can get through that and get to the World Series, they obviously are doing something right. So I think Toronto finishes at home in 7. God, I hope so.
Okay. That also would have been cool, now that I think about it, to have the Mariners. They could have Suarez and Naylor, who got to play a handful of games against the Dodgers throughout the season because of obviously their ties in Arizona and being in the same division.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. And it would have been the first World Series, which is kind of crazy to think about, but not really, I guess, in the long run. But if the Dodgers and Mariners were faced off in this World Series, it would have been the first time ever that the 2 teams' names ended in ERS. Crazy to think.
That is pretty crazy because there's so many Ers.
But think about it. Angels, Diamondbacks, Yankees,
Reds,
Red Sox, White Sox, Cardinals. There's not as many as you think about.
It's kind of crazy.
I guess it's football and basketball. There's more Ers.
So
Lakers,
kind of a weird little stat. But also, Aaron, I don't know if you saw this thing, but there have been 4 previous times where the winner from the AL and the ALCS has been swept in 1, and the other one was 7, and the team that won in 7 has won all 4 before. So let's hope that continues.
Yep. And I'll say this too. Vladdy broke the Maple Leafs Game 7 curse by wearing that Matthews jersey to the game in Game 7. Man,
Brendan, you should do a parlay and have the Toronto Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup. I'm just saying.
Okay,
they win the cup. They're at least getting out of the Game 7 this time. I don't know, man. Something good happened. There was some good energy that got created in Toronto there. With
you know what happened when the Nationals let Bryce Harper leave? The next year they won a World Series. The Maple Leafs let Mitch Marner go. The next year
they might go on. If that happens, book it right now. If that happens, I don't even know. That'd be crazy.
If that happens, I don't even know.
I don't even know.
That'd be crazy.
I won't be able to process it because they do not look poised to win.
Right?
Wow. Yeah, it's also October, so.
All right. Last thing before we get out of here, as a handful of us are Angels fans. I mean, I grew up. my parents are divorced. Half of my mom lives here in LA County. My dad lived in Orange County. So I went to a ton of Angel games. I went to more Angel games than Dodger games growing up. Kind of why I'm not a huge Dodger fan. Aaron used to be, still got that nice Ohtani jersey in the back there. Used to be an Angel fan, kind of still calls himself an Angel fan. Doubt it with all that blue. But Corey obviously used to work there as well. So let's talk about the Angels a little bit today. Some news dropped. They fired Ron Washington at the end of the last season, which honestly, bro, I feel kind of bad, man. Ron Washington, and maybe this is where you're going to go, Corey. Ron Washington, dude, I feel like he was a pretty good coach, and he was just like a really, really old dude. I feel like he was retired for like years, and then he came out of nowhere and got hired. So
yeah,
sad to see him go, but
he had a health issue. He had to have heart surgery in the middle of the year, so they put him on the interim tag initially, and then once the season ended, I think he and his doctors realized like you can't go back to managing. Like he was still smoking cigarettes before he had the surgeries. That tells you he needs to make some changes in his life. So he's no longer going to be coaching.
Legend.
They decided not to bring the interim back, and then they announced the other day, which there had been talk about Albert Pujols or Torrey Hunter and Kurt Suzuki, and then Pujols apparently it came down to money and years, and they decided not to do it. So they decided
the
to
Angels
announce
are cheap as shit. That makes sense.
So they hire Kurt Suzuki, former MLB catcher, 16-year vet, a one-time All-Star, World Series champion in 2019 with the Nationals. He was the starting catcher for that team. You know, very decorating. Went to Cal State Fullerton. Woo woo. There we go. Tight. Was part of the team in 2004 that won the College World Series. Had the game-winning RBI in the game. In the 7th.
Okay.
So
nice.
won the I can't remember the name of the award off the top of my head right now. What is it called? It's the Johnny Bench Award, which is the best catcher in the country at that time. So great, and that's awesome. And I'm stoked for him as a Titan. But as a baseball person and fan, I'm kind of upset with the Angels because I feel like they're setting him up for failure. First of all,
how
you're hiring him? He has no managerial experience. The last 2 years, he's been special assistant to the GM, which is nice, but that's up in the booth or in the office. That's not in the dugout and everything. Now, former catcher, a lot of former catchers are managers because you kind of are a manager on the field. So I get he's got that type of thing, but tell me why they only signed him to a 1-year deal. Who signs anybody to a 1-year deal for coaches? It's always a 3-year deal. You give them at least 2 years to kind of first year figure shit out. Second year, we expect improvement. Third year, middle of the way, if you haven't improved again, then we move on to the next guy. They're giving him 1-year deal, tying him to the GM Perry Manazian, who also is in the last year of his contract. So if you're Artie Moreno, what are you doing? Are you setting up to have these guys both be not a part of the team or organization come next winter, and then you can sell it to somebody else who then can pick from scratch? Or are you just throwing shit at the wall like you continue to do for the last decade, and it's not going to work again? You're going to piss off more Angel fans. You don't have very many left. I can get $5 tickets for a reason, Artie. That's because no one wants to come to your damn stadium.
Dude, you have to pay more for parking. You have to pay more for parking.
I leave my car at Honda and walk. I don't even pay for parking. So.
Well, I'm just saying, if you didn't work across the freaking street, you'd have to.
Hey, even if you don't work across the street, those new parking structures at a Honda Center when they open fully are free parking. Park there and walk to Angels. Don't give Artie any money until he sells the team. Get out.
Before you go, Aaron, because I know you'll have a lot more to say. But besides how terrible that would be for Kurt and the GM, I almost hope that your first prediction is right if it actually ends in him selling the team.
Agreed.
I know that I feel bad for Kurt and stuff like that, but that's if ultimately that is the end goal, thank God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe we can get Aaron back on our team. You know?
It would be an instant back in the red if Art Moreno's gone.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, Corey.
So tell me your thoughts on Kurt and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Corey was mentioning, what are we doing here as an organization? It's exactly what they've been doing, like you said, for the past forever, which is 1 year at a time, not looking past anything, not looking at the core problems with the team, trying to spend, like, I'll give them this, they spend money just in all the wrong places, in all the problems that don't
not on Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, trade for Jorge Soler next year, who's a DH only, when you have Mike Trout, who can hardly play the outfield anymore. So now you have to put Jorge Soler in right field, who's a terrible fielder, which is why he's a DH in the first place. What are you doing?
Sense. Just like everything that's done, it's just been too much meddling from way on up with the Angels organization for so long, and they can never. And like you said with Ron Washington, I mean, obviously the health stuff did ultimately end his time there, but I get the feeling that even if he had been cleared to come back, they wouldn't have wanted, just based purely on not health reasons, but just based on their impatience with this group, the results and impatience, right? They don't have the foresight to think about what is going to happen down the road with this group, and I think nothing shows that more.
They have some young talent too.
They do, and they
it's
really.
Not like
it's not
void.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
talent.
They've been picking high, and they they had that one year where they only picked pitchers, which was like, oh great, that's how you're gonna fix the problem in one draft class. Like it's always been
draft
quick
guys that are
fixes.
18 and 19 years old and take 4 years to get to the majors
to fix your
really
pitching problem right now. Yeah, no, I mean it's always been a problem, and that's why I've struggled with it. I went to see an Angels game this year at Petco because I didn't want to give any money to the Angels.
Smart, good job.
I saw that the Angels, and they went and lost like I was expecting them to, so that's cool. But yeah,
that's cool.
I still really like going to Angels games. I mean, obviously, I'm a fan still. Truly, I mean, like it's hard to. I know it's not convincing right now, but
all this Dodger. I love the Angels so much.
I love the Angels so much. Blink, blink. Yeah, but it's for Suzuki though. I really did like Suzuki when he was with the Angels. I know it was
when he was 35 years old and at the end of his career. That was too late.
They really had him there as just a
Be interesting to see if Anthony Rendon comes back next year, and Kurt Suzuki, his former teammate, is now his coach.
Yeah, true.
Rendon's going nowhere near.
There are rumors the Yankees would be interested in Rendon. If that's true, if I'm the Angels, I will pay all of his contract for you to take him away from me. God.
I don't even care what we get back.
No,
we'll give
me a laundry bag. I don't care. The laundry bag will get more done this season than Rendon has in 6 years on the team.
It's true.
I'm not even an Angel
fan. And that was another move too for the Angels, where they go out and get Rendon at a time when, really, I mean, you have Trout and Ohtani who have, I mean, they never got to play full seasons together, but they were, at the time on the tops of their game, right? And I mean, Ohtani's gotten even further now, but Mike Trout was definitely at the top of his game at the time. And you go out and get Rendon, which is like, okay, cool. You have someone else in the rotation, or in the lineup there, but we still have the pitching problem. We still have the bullpen problem.
If you score 10 runs a game, but you give up 12, you still lose.
Exactly.
Can't win that.
Unless you're the Dodgers.
Yeah,
they score 40
well,
runs a game. So
they're a little different. They got something going on there. But yeah, I'm hoping the best for him. I'm hoping he can at least get a little bit of a successful season here. Somehow they haven't lost 100 games yet in this.
The only team in baseball to not do that or something.
Yeah, which is insane. Just forever
See?
middling.
Hey,
but
Nate, baby.
I don't think they're going to get it in 1 year. So Corey's right. I do hope that they at least, I think it's just more of they don't really have a plan going forward, but I do hope that they give him a little more of a chance past that year. I know they probably,
I mean, if anything, sorry, I didn't mean.
I was going to say, go for it.
I was going to say, if anything, it gives Kurt, he said he has no experience. Well, now he's got some. You know what I mean? If it's something he's interested in, at least he's getting some time in. He's not long committed. But what if he didn't? What if he wanted a year? Did it? You know what I mean? What if he's like, I don't want to commit to this freaking organization for any longer. Let me try it out. Let me get my.
You've worked there for 2 years. You should know whether you even want to sign up for a year of that shit or not.
Okay, not wrong. You're right.
You might not know who's going to be in charge in a year.
You don't know anything.
He might not even know who's running the team in a year. Like he might.
Maybe he likes the GM.
Yeah, I don't know.
True.
I just feel bad for him. All right, well, let us know in the comments below if you think the Angels should have hired somebody else as their new coach. Maybe they could have hired Aaron. Aaron might have been better. I don't know.
Let's
Actually,
go.
No,
I don't know
Aaron would have been set
go.
up for failure regardless because they would have given you a 1-year deal. Also, hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok at RVUFTB. Tell us why the Blue Jays are going to win the World Series. Right, Aaron? Yeah.
That's right.
All right, before we wrap up, last thoughts before we go into World Series Game 1 tomorrow night. Oh, man. No last thought. That's not good.
No thoughts.
Go Blue Jays.
All Dodgers. Let's go, Tony.
No, you're not invited anymore.
All right. Well, maybe not for baseball.
Wait.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry. Peace out, guys.
This was a Sycamore 4th Studios production.